Hello and assalamu alaikum everyone. This is Abdul Basit. I hope that you all are fine. You all are doing great. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, English Language and Literature Lectures by Abdul Basit. I'm making this video after a very long time. The previous video that I made was about linguistics and language. In that particular video, I talked about the definition of linguistics and definition of language. Today in this video, I am going to talk about the properties of human language. The topic is properties of human language and characteristics of human language, because human language has got a lot of features, a lot of characteristics and properties. So I'm gonna discuss those properties or characteristics of human language in this video. So please stay tuned and watch the video till the end. So the first property of human language is that language is verbal, language is sound. Okay, so as you know that language is a system of organized sounds. It is an organization of sounds. So the speech comes prior to the writing system. So there are a lot of languages in the world that are only spoken languages. They don't have any writing system. So we know that speech is primary to writing system. So the first property of language is that language is verbal, vocal, and language is sound. The next property of language is that it's a means of communication. Okay, Henry Sweet defines language as he says that language may be defined as the expression of thought by means of speech sounds. So according to Henry Sweet, language is a means of expression of thought. It's a means of expression of ideas, desires, and emotions. So there are many definitions given by different scholars, different linguists, and they talk about this feature of language, that language is a means of communication. Okay, we transmit our ideas, desires, and emotions by means of language. Okay, without language we wouldn't be able to express our desires, our emotions, our feelings to our fellow human beings, and we express our feelings, our desires. At the same time, we transmit the knowledge from one generation to another with the help of language, and we transmit the culture of ours to our coming generations with the help of language. So without language we wouldn't be able to do all these things, because language is a means of communication. Language is a means of expression of thought, ideas, and desires. So the next characteristic of language is that language is arbitrary. Language is arbitrary. This is a very important characteristic of language. Okay, from arbitrariness of language we mean that there is no logical relationship between the linguistic form and the object that it refers to. Okay, there is no logical relationship between the linguistic form and the meaning that it conveys. Therefore we can say that language is arbitrary. Arbitrary means without logic. Well, let me give you an example. Well, dog is a four-legged animal. Okay, cat is a four-legged animal, but we don't know why do we call a dog a dog, why do we call a cat a cat. This four-legged animal in English is called dog, in Arabic it is called kalb, and in Urdu it is called kutta, and in many other languages it has got different names, and in all those languages nobody knows why this particular name to this four-legged animal has been given. Therefore we can say that language is arbitrary. Okay, But there are some onomatopoeic words like buzz, hiss, and there are many other onomatopoeic words. They have got a relationship, actually. They have got a logical relationship, and they prove this thing wrong, that language is arbitrary. Okay, but those onomatopoeic words are very rare in any language. Okay, still we can say that language is arbitrary. We don't know the logic. Okay, we don't know the logic behind the meanings that the words convey. All right, so language is arbitrary. The next feature of language is that human language is non-instinctive. Okay, animal language is instinctive, but human language is non-instinctive. Okay, Edward Sapir says language is primarily human and non-instinctive method of communicating ideas, desires, and emotions by means of voluntarily produced symbols. So language is human and non-instinctive. All right, if it had been in our instinct, we would be able to speak the language of our parents no matter where we live. Okay, for example, if a child is born in Pakistan uh, and after his birth he is taken to America or in England or in any other country of the world, he won't be able to speak the language of his parents. If the child's parents are Urdu speakers, or Punjabi speakers or Sindhi speakers, the child won't be able to speak that language of his parents. Okay, because we human beings we need a social environment to learn a language. We need a social environment to acquire a language. So we acquire language. It is not in our instinct, but animals have got their language in their instinct, and that is very limited one. Okay, animal language is limited, but human language is unlimited. Okay, animal language is inherited, but human language is acquired. So human language is non-instinctive. The next feature of language, next property of language is that language is systematic. Okay, there are systems of systems in language. First of all, we have phonological system, then we have morphological system, and then we have syntactic system, and afterwards we have semantic system. So all these systems are linked together. They are strongly linked together. We cannot exclude any of these systems. Therefore, language is systematic. Okay, there are words that are based on a system. There are sentences that are based on a system. Without a system, a sentence would not be produced. For example, we can say that the cat ate a rat. Okay, but we cannot say cat ate the. So this is not a sentence. Okay, because it does not fulfill the needs of the system of language. Okay, so language is systematic. Next feature, next property of human language is displacement. Okay, from displacement we mean that human beings can talk about things that are not present. We can talk about the past, we can talk about future, but this is not the case with the animals. For example, if you come to your house and your dog says grr, okay, it produces a certain sound grr. Okay, but this sound is quite according to that particular situation. Okay, the dog does not produce this sound grr while explaining his past experience, or he is not talking about the future, because a dog has not such an ability. to as to talk about the things that happened in the past and that might happen in the future. All right, so human beings have got the ability to talk about the things that are not present. Their actions cannot merely confined to the present situation. Well, human beings can think about and talk about the things that are abstract even. We can talk about fairies, we can talk about angels, we can talk about God. Okay, we can talk about even hell and heaven. All right, so these things are abstract, and we have the ability to talk about these things. Therefore, we have got this feature of displacement in language. The next feature of language is productivity. Okay, we as human beings can produce novel utterances, novel sentences, now and then. Okay, because we talk about different situations, we talk about according to situations, and we produce numberless sentences according to our experiences, according to the situation that we live in. And last but not the least, the last feature that I'm going to discuss is duality. Language has got dual system. Okay, there is duality in language. At one time we have separate sounds, and those sounds might be n, b and e. Okay, or b, n and e. All right, I produced three sounds, b, n and e. Well, separately these three sounds don't convey any meanings. Separately these three sounds don't convey any meaning, but when they are arranged in a certain form like n, e and b, the word is nib. The word is nib, that is meaningful. And when they are arranged in another form, b, e and n, it becomes bin. Okay, and it is also meaningful. Okay, so we have got double system in language, that in at one place the sounds are not meaningful, but on another level they are meaningful, and they can give distinct meanings if their position is changed. Okay, so words can be formed with the help of letters or sounds, but they can give distinct meanings if their position is changed. But if we talk about animal language is devoid of duality. Okay, for example, a dog can produce the sound woof, w plus u and f. All right, woof, but it cannot produce the sound foo. Okay, f, u and v, foo, or oof. Okay, so this thing is called duality. Animal language doesn't have duality, but human language has duality. So I hope that you have got the complete understanding of the properties of human language. If you like the video, if you like the content, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you have not already done yet. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Take care.